Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Patricia Ribeiro Wolfson, and I am a life strategist and any energy practitioner. Let's see if we can get our mouth working this evening. Life strategist and energy practitioner who helps people simplify transformation through the Me First method, which I helped develop over the last 12 years. And I teach this method to my clients. I personally use it daily while I rebuild my life after losing my husband to cancer while parenting three teenage boys while going through perimenopause. If you know, you know. Okay, so I just want to say hi. I'm coming on here on a Friday night because technically it's Fun Friday, and I um, love pulling cards on Friday nights, and I haven't done it on YouTube for a while, so I decided I'm going to do it today. So if you are watching, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If you are, maybe one of my friends or viewers in Canada or Portugal or here in the States, which is where I am right now. Just let me know. Or if you're watching the replay, let me know you're watching the replay. So I want to begin today with a piece of advice. Okay. And I wrote this in the description, but we're going to go over it together just the same because it's really important. Now, you guys know I do this kind of thing all the time, and I'm always coming up with new tools and new strategies and new ways to address the challenging things, new ways to heal, fun ways to process trauma, let's say, or to process, your particular challenges. And so I want to say that if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed or disconnected from yourself, I'm going to make a little suggestion. I want you to go to YouTube and I want you to search. I know I'm hoping you're watching me on YouTube, so maybe open up another tab. Before you do that, go ahead and hit subscribe on my channel. Thank you. Okay, so if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or disconnected from yourself, open up a YouTube tab. Open up another tab, go on YouTube, and search for the music that you used to listen to when you were most yourself. Okay, when you were most yourself. Now, I don't want you to just like listen to your favorite songs, although it could be a favorite song of yours or favorite songs, but I want you to be mindful of what comes up for you when you hear this music. If it's connected to something, maybe not a great experience, it's nostalgic, but maybe it makes you kind of not feel great. Maybe that's not the right song. Or if it reminds you of somebody, like if it gets you in your head about somebody and you start reminiscing about a relationship or something, that's not the song either. What I want is I want you to pick a song or pick music that is special to you for you because it connects to some deeper part of your soul, and it connects you to that little child and that little kid inside that just used to listen to music and dance, like just dance, not to get attention, not for anything else other than that you used to dance because you loved music, right? And as little kids, you see like little toddlers, you put on music and they just start bopping. They can't help themselves. And there is this like resonance with the music if they like it, right? And I want you to find that. I want you to go and I want you to find old music that you used to listen to as a kid before you cared about what people thought. But, if you can find that, and if not, get as close as you can. Um, as you guys know, I've been on my own healing journey since my husband passed away almost 2 years ago, and I've kind of had to figure out who I am without him, and that's been really, really hard. I wasn't anticipating. Like, obviously, I knew this was going to be hard. Like, didn't think that widowhood was going to be a walk in the park or anything, but I wasn't anticipating certain things that happened. For me, like um particularly like the identity shift of who I am without my husband in my life, my husband, my best friend, my everything person, like, who am I without him? Who am I without his advice? Who am I without his support? Who am I when I'm the one in charge? Not that he was in charge, it wasn't that kind of relationship, but like when you are in a partnership, a good, healthy partnership, you have somebody that you trust that you can bounce things off of. And so it's been interesting kind of like finding my own way and becoming my own person, my own new version of this person you see before you. Yeah. So And that's why I share this thing about the music is because, like, I kinda needed to connect with a part of myself that existed before Scott, and a part of myself that existed before him that wasn't, wounded in certain ways of relationships, like, like that sort of, like, pure joy part of me, and that's what I recommend you guys do because I really feel like it has been very pivotal for me in my healing journey to finally start listening to music, to finally start like reconnecting with that part of myself, which I didn't even realize that I lost, by the way. Like, I'm sharing this with you because I'm hoping it will be helpful. Because I talk to a lot of clients and a lot of people who, are in relationships that aren't great and they're at the same stage of life that I am, right? We're all in this middle age. And if you're in a if you're in a challenging relationship in middle age, it is doubly hard to, kind of face the changes that happen at this stage because, you're like sitting there going like, I don't have a partner that I can count on this really difficult, time of my life when we're really kind of reflecting and thinking back on, everything that we've done and who we are and how we want to move forward. And I just want to say to you guys that that's not just because you're maybe not with a person who supports you in the way that you want to be supported. Because I was loved and supported that way, and I still lost myself along the way of life, right? I still lost parts of myself in motherhood, in marriage, but not because any demands were put on me or not because, I consciously eliminated those parts of my life. I stopped paying attention to those things. And so it's one of the things that I'm passionate about and why I come to talk to you guys here. Um, and why I'm being called to this channel because I want to help you find yourself again. I want, if you feel lost in that place where you're like, you may even be in a point in your life where you're like, I have everything I want. Why am I not happy? Why am I dissatisfied? Why do I feel disconnected? And if you are going through that, I just want to let you know you will reconnect with that part of yourself again. And this discomfort, this like feeling like you don't belong in your own skin is completely natural and normal. If you are at this stage of life for middle age. And I will venture to say that at this point, at this juncture in our human experience, with everything that's happening in our world today, I would say that that's pretty normal anyway. And I want to help you reconnect with your joy, with your passion, with your full unapologetic self, because that is what we need. We need people to be connected to their true selves so that we can show up and shine as brightly as we're supposed to be shining, so that then we can be there in our fullness for others to help, to support, to usher along into this new age that we are clearly walking into, whether we like it or not. Okay. All right. I feel like I'm on my soapbox, giving my usual sermons. Okay. Hope you enjoy. All right. So, uh, I am going to get to the cards and I will simply remind you that you have to take care of yourself first. This is why I call my channel Me First. It is why I talk to my clients and my friends and anybody who will listen that whether you are in a loving relationship or not, whether you have the good fortune of feeling loved by somebody, you have to love yourself first. You have to tune your instrument first. You have to take care of yourself first. Like, because if you're not functioning, it's like, you have to get dressed before you leave the house, right? Otherwise, you're naked and you'll take whatever people hand you to put it on you because suddenly you're like, oh my God, I'm unprepared, right? So do with what you will with that analogy, get yourself ready first, and then you can go out and meet the day and greet the day and help your fellow neighbor. All right. So it is my mission to encourage you to nourish and care for yourself. So if you, need a little kick in the pants where that is concerned, then please keep watching my channel. All right, so I'm going to be pulling cards today, and I'm going to get right to it because That's the fun part of this. That's the fun part of Fun Friday, is pulling these cards. And I want to give you sort of an indication of what this coming weekend is going to be like energetically, right? And so that you can kind of have a heads up about sort of what's coming, and maybe you can mentally, spiritually, or physically prepare yourself for whatever you are facing. I'm going to pull cards and ask about the current energies, the energies of the coming week, how to manage them. Like, what is the best practice? What's your advice? Like, the advice of how to manage these energies. And then the third one, a little of what you don't see coming. I'm going to ask what we don't see coming. And, this week is an interesting week that we have coming up with the um, the transfer of power, the inauguration on Monday. So I don't know. Let's see what the cards have to say. All right. But first, let's prepare ourselves. And you know what? I think I am going to pull I'm going to pull a tarot first for the current energies. And I'm going to pull from this deck, which I love so much. It is an Isabella Rotman. Oh, it shows it in reverse. I wonder if it will. Hold on. Can I switch it so it's not in reverse? I don't know how to do that. Okay. Somebody taught me at some point, but I don't remember. All right. Whatever. It's backwards. I'm sorry. All right. So this is the This Might Hurt tarot deck by Isabella Rotman. And Scott bought me this deck when I decided I was going to start learning tarot versus oracle cards. And so I don't know. I'm going to just jump in with this one today. I'm a little nervous, but we're going to do it, and it's going to be fun. All right. But first, let's begin with taking 3 deep breaths, okay? Through your nose, hold, and then breathe out. Okay, 2 more times, okay? And then breathe out. All right, last deep breath. I want you to make it count. I want you to really just take a deep, deep breath and bring in all the goodness, all the light, the love, and the energy of the universe. Bring it in and then allow it to cleanse your body, eliminating any stuck or stagnant energy, and release whatever doesn't serve you through your exhale. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm just gonna stretch a little. Ooh, man. I just, because I want to channel appropriately. And I feel like I need to clear the channel, people. Let's clear the channel. All right. Whew, okay. Now we're going to set our intentions for this reading, and I will say my own prayer. Excuse me, what I do to set myself up every day when I sit with the cards, or even when I start my day. It's my daily prayer. And I'm going to ask you to take a moment and set your own intention, whatever it is that you would like to hear or know from these cards. Go ahead and set those intentions right now so that you can connect with whatever feels aligned for you and your spiritual beliefs. So you don't have to follow my prayer, but if you want to, you can listen and just allow it to represent your own needs. Okay. So here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me the signs and synchronicities through these cards and other messages in nature, music, movies, and through the words of others. As always, I appreciate you, I serve you, and I am grateful for any wisdom you may have for me and the collective on this day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Okay. I'm just setting myself up here. And let's do a little shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And I just want to remind you to please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not. And please follow me on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. The descriptions are below. Or the links are in the description below, I should say. And remember that if you would like a personalized reading or a personal strategy session or even a couple strategy session, please go to my scheduler and book yourself an appointment. You can go to calendly.com/jumpstart for change. And that link is also in my description book. Okay, this is annoying me. This windsock, I keep hitting it and it's driving me nuts. Okay, say hi if you're watching. And let me know where you're coming from. All right, here we go. Yeah, that feels so loud. I'm sorry, guys. If it feels loud for you as well, I apologize. Okay. It's because the mic is like, fastened to the desk, and this desk is just whatever. Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with the current energies of the week. Okay. So let's just see. What are the current energies of the week? Tell me. Tell us. I am so grateful to hear what do we need to know? Okay, what do we need to know about the energies of the week? Let's see. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Okay, just trust me. We're doing this. Okay, we're doing this. Okay, that's better. Okay. I've been practicing new shuffles, doing my thing, people. Just work with me. Oh, okay, we got him. All right, we're working now. We're working. The cards are coming out. The cards are flying out now, okay? The cards are, oh my God, people. The cards are flying. All right, let's see. Let's see what this, oh my God. Okay, that one doesn't count. That was like a whole big slab. I don't need a whole big slab. Come on. Oh, that one was like twisty. I like twisty. That tells me it's like this one. Pick me. All right, we're done. Ooh. Okay. All right, let's see what we've got here. There is a lot of cards here on the table, but it's telling a story. And that's the thing that I've learned the most about cards, about tarot specifically, but well, not just tarot, but oracle cards. They tell a story. This feels like a lot. That came out, but it's telling a story. So let's find out, okay? So, oh my goodness, okay. I mean, it all makes sense here. All right, so let's start with the energies of the coming week. We have the Wheel of Fortune, right? And so the Wheel of, can you guys see? Yeah, these cards are awesome. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is a card that basically is like, it is very often people think it's like, it's the next thing coming, right? It's a whole new thing. It's a shift. And the Wheel of Fortune can turn in your favor. It can go another way, right? So it's kind of like a transition, right? Which makes sense because we are transitioning this week, at least here in the US, we are transitioning in the government. So this makes sense where it's kind of like, all right, let's see what happens and see where fortune takes us with this change, with this transition, right? And of course, here we go. Another card that came up about this week, the Ace of Swords, right? Which is like a new idea, something new starting, right? And also the Ace of Swords is like, it's like the big thing, the cards all really mean there's so many layers, and it's one of the things that I love. And so I'm going to interpret them in the way of the messages that I'm getting. All right. So I want you to stay with me because what this is telling me, it's like the one thing that everybody's kind of worried about, right? That's what this says to me. It's like there's this one idea, there's this one thing that's just like kind of hanging over everybody's heads. Okay. And I really feel that that's kind of appropriate for this week. Another card that's appropriate for this week, and don't be afraid because it's not that kind of card, is the Death card. If you know about astrology, the Death card is Scorpio, which I'm a Scorpio. But more importantly, the Scorpio and the Death card is all about transition. It is about literally the ending of something and the beginning of something else. You see this and it looks very, very scary because, we don't know what the new thing is going to look like. We don't know what new, and look, you can see the sun kind of coming up from the back. We don't know what this new day is going to look like, and it can be really scary at this time. All right. But this just means transition. It doesn't mean anything terrible or bad necessarily, right? That's not the card that's going to get my alarm bells going. That's a card that tells me change is coming. That's the card that tells me there's a whole new transition happening, and that's very appropriate for the coming week. One of the other cards that came up, like we got the Hermit. Look at the Hermit, right? And the Hermit is, well, we all know, okay? We all know what the Hermit is. And I think that that energy really is so present because I think a lot of us kind of feel like we want to just stay within and stay out of the spotlight. But the other thing about the Hermit is you see how they are cultivating their light in this lantern. It's like holding space for that light, right? And harnessing it. You put the light in like a lantern and it's like heat, right? And it can emit heat, it emits light, it can light the way, right? But you have to harness that light. And I think that's a little bit of what this is telling us for this week. Like you are responsible for harnessing your light and then unleashing it or releasing it at the appropriate time in the world, right? But you kind of have to work on it first. This is, a little bit of that me first philosophy that I talk about. Okay, what else do we got? Look at this. We have we have three tens, okay? Three tens, and tens are completion. Tens are like the end of a cycle, the end of something, right? And that's this coming week we are ending a lot of things. But look, here it is. Look at this. Where are my arms? Okay, we have the 10 of wands, okay, which is like the burden. We are all holding this heavy, heavy burden. And it really does feel that way, right? But also, look, the 10 of pentacles and the 10 of cups, right? And the 10 of cups is like ultimate happiness, right? So are we letting go of ultimate happiness this week? I don't know. You tell me. I don't see it that way. I see it as this is what we're working towards in the future, right? And this is what we need to keep in mind. We are like the 10 of pentacles is about like generational wealth. It is about like the end game of everyone being taken care of, right? And there is a cycle ending, and I believe that we are all moving towards a lot more of taking care of each other, moving towards happiness, moving towards a life that we can feel fulfilled. And so that is beginning this coming week. It may feel like things are falling apart in your life or in the country or whatever it may be. I want you to understand that every ending is a beginning. Every time there is destruction, it is an opportunity for renewal and for you to recreate a new foundation that is built stronger and more durable, and it's going to last you longer, right? And this is what you need to do right now is you need to look at your life. You need to look at sort of how you're going to move forward for the next however many years that you want to plan ahead, or even for the next 6 months if you want to just plan short term, and just get yourself organized, focused. And one of the piece of advice I've been giving to everybody lately is, it's a card actually from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, I think, or Enchanted Map. It's one of the Colette Baron reads, and it's like chop wood, carry water, right? Just do what you got to do, take care of business. And look at this. Two of Pentacles is one of the cards that came up here. And Two of Pentacles is making a choice. And I believe that this, that what we are entering, the era that we are entering into, which will begin this week, is all about us making a choice of how we want to show up for ourselves, for our communities, for our country. Like you get to choose how you want to move forward in this new energy. Are you going to be moving forward, working towards your happiness, working towards your future stability? Or are you going to carry the burdens of your past? Are you going to carry the burdens of your past and bring those into your future? In which case it's going to be heavy. And not that you're not going to be able to achieve whatever it is that you want, but if you're carrying burdens or limiting beliefs or anything else in your life that you are carrying that is not serving your highest good in this moment, right? We're not keeping things just in case. I'm talking about beliefs. I'm talking about physical things like decluttering your house, or obviously I talk about that, but I'm being serious. Like we need to really just streamline our lives to be able to focus on our priorities and on what is truly most important, and showing up in our fullness in the world with all the love and light that we can offer, because we are the conduits of that love and light. We are the conduits. Okay, what else do we have here? What else is the coming energy of the week? My God, so many cards came out. Okay, so look at this. Again, how many twos did we get? We had the Two of Pentacles, which is, the choice. And then look at this, the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is kind of like, it's a little bit of, you got, neither way feels good. It's like you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like you have two choices, but like neither one of them feels good. And that tracks, at least for me personally, that makes sense to me. So if you feel like, you're kind of in a position in your life right now where you don't really have a choice, because any which way you turn, you see potential struggle or challenge, then really what that's telling you is that this challenge or struggle that you are going through, or that we are now going to be collectively going through in the next however many months or years that we will be experiencing this transition together. And then that is the transition of whatever's coming next for us as humans on this planet. Then you get to decide how you are going to move forward. You get to decide who you get to be. And that's what this is telling me, is like you get to plant the seeds for your future, and you get to decide, that what is that? The two wolves parable. I don't want to misquote it, but it's like, there's the two wolves parable where, one wolf is I wish I knew it, but listen, perimenopause sucks because I cannot remember anything anymore. But I think one wolf is like anger and represents kind of fear and that kind of stuff, and then the other wolf is like loving. And the parable says like, well, which wolf survives? And it's the one you feed, right? It's the one that you give love and attention to. It's the one you feed. So which one are we feeding? Right? How are we stepping into the future? How are we moving forward in our life right now? All right, what else do we got here? There we go. Okay, look, this is great actually, because we have a Six of Cups. And a Six of Cups cups is all about feelings, emotions, things coming up. And the six specifically, and the Six of Cups, it sort of represents the past. And I really do think that this is a little bit about reflecting on the past. Again, this is just confirmation that we are reflecting on the past, letting go of the things from our past that no longer serve us, and being able to move forward with the love and the lessons that came from the past. But be careful not to obsess over the past. Be careful to not try and make the past, like bring the past into the future unless it is already in existence, right? We're not trying to bring with us the things that we think should work. Let the universe take care of that for you. Let go of anything that is not currently serving you right now, and trust that whatever is meant for you will unfold accordingly. All right. So, and here, look, just there's the Emperor card, and the Emperor is, that energy of, here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get it. The Emperor is the number 4. It's the energy of foundation. It's the energy of literally building your foundation, of structure. It's of, getting down to brass tacks. What is most important? What is your priority? What is your focus? What do you want to accomplish? And those are the things that you check off. Make sure you have it packed for your next journey, and the Emperor will make sure you have everything you need to succeed, right? The Emperor is a very, very grounded and safe, secure, not safe, well, safe, yes, too, but a secure and grounded and confident individual. And that's what we need to bring into this space. Let go of all of those old beliefs, let go of all of the things, whether it's, any sort of toxicity that doesn't serve you, that doesn't work for you in your life, whatever it is that is stopping you from stepping into your fullness. You need to release it, disconnect from it, cut it out. Oh my God. Okay, just bear with me, people. I'm losing my mind, but it's Friday night, right? We're supposed to be having fun. And here we go. Look at this. The other card coming next week is, not the other card. This is the other thing coming next week, the Five of Swords, right? And the Five of Swords is a little bit of that, like, kind of fighting energy. It's like, It's not awesome energy, but that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. So I'm just going to move on from there. We know that this is, we know that this is what's happening next week. That it's going to be a little bit tense. It's there's probably going to be some, but it's like bickering type of battling. It doesn't feel like anything really big that we need to be concerned about. But be aware that next week emotions may be running high, tensions may be running high. People are going to feel all sorts of ways about all sorts of things. Between the grief on losing TikTok, which was, important part of culture lately. It's how we've been communicating and reaching out to each other and, using our voices. And now that's gone. Um, or at least the last I heard of it, it was gone. Plus the changeover here in the United States to a new government, which is definitely making some people nervous. And so, um, not to mention that it's the beginning of a new year and everybody already feels like, this trying to make this year count and trying to make this matter while we're also feeling the stress and the chaos from everything happening right now between the fires and the wars and the everything. It's a lot. And so please take some time to take care of yourself. And I want to point out this card over here, the 4 of Cups. Okay. Now, the 4 of Cups is see how she's sitting here, and there's 3 cups here. There's 3 cups behind her and 1 cup like approaching her, but she's like oblivious, right? She doesn't notice. And the cups, like I said, are feelings, emotions, right? So I want you guys to pay attention to like, don't ignore the good things in your life. Make sure you take the time to point out, remind yourself, and be grateful for the good things happening, especially as things start to get tense or more challenging in your life or collectively as things kind of tense up. Remind yourself that there is support for you. You just have to look for it and recognize it and embrace it, even if the support is just that you have a chair to sit on. And I know that sounds silly, but that's how simply I want you to begin. If you are in a position in your life where you're finding it really, really hard, and everybody's going through their own stuff, and I'm certainly not going to sit here and say, whatever it is you're going through is not valid because there's people on other parts of the world going through worse things. Like that doesn't help anybody. You need to validate your own stuff, but don't forget that if you're having trouble getting yourself out of a funk or out of or getting into action in some way and you need to do that for yourself or you want to try and shift your perspective, just do it with one thought at a time, with one sort of moment of gratitude at a time, and start simply. Like I said, it's like I'm so grateful that I have this, water that's fresh to drink right now. Oh my god. Oh, so refreshing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? Even if it's something as simple as that, start there and allow the momentum of gratitude to build. Allow that energy to build in you. And it's going to be hard because things are tense and things are rough and you're probably going through your own personal challenges right now and going like, I'm just trying to keep my head above water. And if that's all you can do, that's okay too. You don't need to do anything else. You need to just survive your day however you can. But when and if you have a tiny little bit of extra energy, or you have a tiny little bit of extra motivation, or you really just want to try and see a shift or a change, then begin with the tiniest thing of gratitude, the tiniest thing of action that brings you closer to your happiness, right? Go back to the beginning of what I said, which is go play a song that just helps you to lose yourself in your childhood, in the good parts of your childhood. And I hope and I hope and I pray for you that you have good parts of your childhood that you can reflect back on. I'm speaking about this through my own personal experience. I have wonderful moments in my childhood that I can reflect on. If you don't, I'm so sorry. Um, and hopefully you are able to find solace in something. And I would say if music doesn't do it for you, maybe art, maybe a book, maybe something that you can reconnect with that brings you back to that energy of your childhood. Hopefully, the energy of, and I'm slowing down I'm slowing down because I'm aware that there are people who never had a good childhood. And so that might be triggering for some people who are listening going, "Well, I can't remember any good part of my childhood." And I'm really sorry if that's the case for you. And I hope that you are able to get some support and see somebody, a professional, so that you can work through that, because you deserve to find happiness in your life. You deserve to reflect back on your life on some level, whether it's, later on in life, you get to reflect on now and how you learn to feel better about your life. But if not, maybe finding some points, some memories, something from your childhood that connects you with that awe, with that joy, with that bliss. Maybe you collected rocks. Maybe you collected Star Wars figures. Maybe you used to watch Disney movies and you were able to escape into them. Whatever it is, I want you to do something this week because of how intense and powerful um, these energies feel into the coming week. I want you to find some way to connect with that youthful joy, with curiosity, with adventure or fun in some way, so that you can bring it into your life for you to balance out some of the more challenging energies that we're going to be dealing with this week. Okay. And finally, the last two cards that came out, and then I'm just going to pull a couple for how to manage these energies, which I don't know, and sort of what we don't see coming. And I'm going to use the oracle cards for that. All right, because this just got out of hand. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, the Knight of Cups is a really good sign coming up for next week, because the Knight of Cups is coming in to save the day. The Knight of Cups wants to kind of like just come in and he rides for love. He, she, they, doesn't matter. It's not a masculine energy, so to speak, but it is that. Well, I guess it can be described as a masculine energy, but it's not about gender in this case. It's just about that active energy that like coming in to sweep in and save the day. So I like that energy for next week. So maybe there might be something happening. There might be an interesting plot twist where something happens that feels a little bit like we are going to that we're going to have a little hope, and that might be a personal thing. It may be a collective thing. I hope it's for everybody. I hope everybody gets a little magic thrown into their week next week. I really do. And here we go. The Ace of Wands. Wands is fire. So this is like new passion. This is like, getting passionate about something and starting something new, and really, I mean, just, and I really like the idea of this, because it is so daunting what we are facing right now in the world. And I find it difficult to find words for, and if you know me, that's ridiculous that I have difficulty finding words. Although, like I said, part of that is the menopause. But the other part of it is just that it's so heavy and there's so much that we're dealing with right now. And I just want to tell you, whatever it is that you're doing, however it is that you're getting through your day, if you are not intentionally hurting anyone and you are just able to get up and do whatever it is you need to do, even if it's not everything, but you are showing up for yourself or for someone else in your life, I just want to say thank you. And I want to commend you for that effort, because it is not a joke. It is really hard out there. Okay, I'm going to put these cards away. And now I want to pull, I'm going to get it from my other deck. Other deck. I'm going to do the Wisdom of the Oracle. And I want to know, Wisdom of the Oracle is going to tell us, like, how are we going to deal with this? Like, what's the advice really for next week as to how are we going to manage the energy of the week, which is that transformational energy, that the new transition and all the excitement and the fear, even if it's something that you are looking forward to personally, that next week feels exciting for you. Even with things that are exciting, it can still be daunting. You can still get anxious. You can still like want things to go in a certain way and have certain expectations. And I'm going to tell you that I think that this year, 2025, is going to be the year that we're going to learn how to release our expectations. Let me tell you something, because I feel it so strongly that Nothing is going to go the way we think it's going to go. And I can tell you from personal experience, as someone who always is pretty tuned into the universe, that some things you just don't see coming. And I don't mean that in a scary way or in a predictive way or anything. I just mean that I believe that we don't have any idea of really what's coming, no matter how educated or how intuitive you are. What we have is a sense, we have an inclination, but we're not in charge, people. God's in charge. So, and that's how I stay hopeful. That is what gets me through the day, is that I know I'm not in charge. And even the people who think they're in charge, also not in charge. So, all it's going to take is a little more faith, a little more perseverance, a little more light and love, and we are going to get through this together. That is my promise to you. And I will be here as much as humanly possible to give you guys continued inspiration and motivation to get through these really, really tough times. All right. Tell me, angels, how are we going to deal with this coming week? Can you please tell me? I think I want to get 3 cards. Okay. Ooh, like they just came like jumping out. 1, 2. Okay, one more. Because 2 just came popping out. So I'm going to take that as it. Okay, one more card. Oops. All right. There was more cards that came out. And we're just going to keep it like that. All right, here we go. Look what card came. I told you guys. Chop wood. Okay, this is the card I was talking about. I guess this is the deck. Okay, hold on. Can you see it? Oh, come on. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. Let's see. Can we get the camera to focus on this? Chop wood. There we go. Number 42, chop wood. Okay, 42 breaks down to 6 if you're into numerology like me. And 6 is that number of 6 is balance. Chop wood is about just doing what needs to be done, right? You don't know what to do. Just take care of what's right in front of you. Brush your teeth, shower, wash your dishes, wash your clothes. Take care of the things that you know need to be taken care of, and allow the universe to take care of the rest, right? Just what you know you need to do, just do it, and focus on just doing and just taking the actions without overthinking anything, and just allowing yourself to trust in the flow of the universe. Okay. What else do we have here? Go the distance, people. Go the distance. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. It's not showing. Number 47, go the distance, that cheetah there. And this go the distance card is like, we're going to get through this. Okay. So, how to get through this energy of this week. Okay. Just get through it. And how are you going to get through it? Look at this. Look at these cards. I love this. We are mending. This card is, we are breathing. This is the breathe card. What's the next one? New life. Okay. None of this is bad. And I want you to understand what this is telling us, to focus on, just like the cards we pulled from the previous card that I pulled. And I was telling you that this is an opportunity. Old things are ending. The old era, old ideas, old beliefs, everything is changing. And this is your opportunity to focus on your new life, what you want to bring into this next phase, this next level of transformation. All right. Don't forget to breathe, okay? Breathing is what's going to connect you to spirit. Breathing is what's going to get you through these really rough moments. And be gentle with yourself, because we are mending. It's not just like, we've been through a lot. We have been through incredible collective trauma over the last 5 years. Like, we are, since 2020, we've been through so much, and we really haven't had an opportunity to process it. And it just seems like we keep getting hit over and over and over and over again. And so I just ask you to be gentle with yourself and others. Be patient. Give yourself grace. Give others grace. Take deep, deep breaths and know that everybody is healing. Everybody is going through really, really tough times right now. And I hope that you can be out there and be a beacon of hope, a beacon of light for anyone that's really going through it right now. All right, hold on. My son needs to be picked up. Okay, so we're going to do this last part real quick, because that's what happens when you're a mom. All right, so I'm going to do the Moonology cards for what you don't see coming, and we're going to end it on that. And I really hope that you've enjoyed this reading. because I've enjoyed giving you this reading. All right, so here we go. What do we not see coming? Oh my God, I'm a little worried. But I said, but like all the other cards are telling us, like it's all good, right? Like it's all good. Just keep doing what you need to do. Stay focused on your own personal goals. Take care of yourself. And when you take care of yourself, you will have the capacity to take care of the others in your life. And then you will have the capacity to show up for your community. And that is one of the most important things, is for us to be able to be in our whole self and take care of the community. All right, look at this. The card that just popped out is Hold Your Vision. Can you see it? This is very frustrating. I'm going to have to figure out how to take care of this, but it's Hold Your Vision, the fixed moon. Hold your vision. Okay, one more. Let's do one more for the collective from here. What do we not see coming? I'm going to read what that says. So, because it's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Hold your vision. What do we not see coming? Give me more. Your dreams need a practical plan. And full moon in Taurus. Okay. Here's where we go back to that chop wood, carry water, right? Whatever it is that you are stepping into, whether it's personally or what we are stepping into collectively, we need a plan. We need to, and that goes back to that Emperor card right from the beginning, which was you need to get structured. You need to get focused and organized so that you can funnel your attention, your focus, and your energy on what is most important to you and the people in your life, what is your priority, what is the essential things that you need to focus on so that you can show up. And I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying it over and over again, so that you can show up in your fullness, in your full light, so that you can support others who have not yet found their light and they are still in the darkness. And if you take care of yourself and you show up shining your light, you will hopefully shine it for others who are unable to find it for themselves, and give them the hope and hopefully the motivation and inspiration that they need in order to keep going, so that we can do this together, because this is a collective experience, whether you like it or not. We are doing this together because we are all in this together. This is one planet, one earth. There's one mission. And even though it feels like we might be failing this mission terribly, I think we can still clean things up a little bit and move towards a future where everybody can feel seen and loved. And we can all, I'm trying to find the words for this, and you guys will have to excuse me because it's just been really hard for me to find the words lately. And if you know me, you know how strange that is. But what I want you to know is that it's possible that we can get through this, but we have to do it together. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So I'm going to Hold Your Vision from the fixed moon. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. I want to read this to you because I don't know. I just think that it's going to say something, but it would help if I knew where to find this card in my book. You would think I would know by now, but no. I don't know if it's in the, come on, gibbous moon, full moon, disseminating moon. Nope, must be in the special moon cards. Of course it is, because that's where I didn't look first. So that's where it's going to be. All right. Thank you for your patience. Hold your vision. Come on. There we go. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. There are two main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. And so this is something, we pulled this something you don't see coming, right? So I think that from a personal level, you're going to be able to see whether you need to stand firm or if you are stuck, okay? That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheel so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. With two interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers a chance up for some self-reflection. And And so then they have like advice, attune to the moon. Yes, just say the word a lot and see how it feels, right? And this is about you opening up. And I think that that's very important. I think that in order for us to get through the things that we need to get through together, we have to open up. We have to open up to new perspectives. We have to open up to conversation. We have to open up to healing. Okay. Let's see here. Additional meanings for this card: staying power, faith, or patience are needed. Someone needs to back down, avoid stagnation. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. In astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The fixed signs can be stubborn, so anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we each have all the star signs in our chart. It's just the way the astrological wheel works, so there's no judgment when we say okay, so fixed signs, they can also be obstinate. All right. So basically, what this is saying is you're going to need faith. You're going to need to really, this hold your vision is trust. This is about trust. And what you don't see coming may be something that shakes your trust. There may be things that happen that are going to have you questioning what's coming in the future. And I'm here to tell you, lean into your faith, lean into trust, lean into the greater power that you believe in, whether that's the universe, God, Jesus, Allah, whoever or whatever it is that you believe in that is greater than you, or that gives you the motivation to keep going, that gives you the faith to trust that there is something better on the other side of these challenges. I want you to lean into that this week. And I want you to especially lean into that when things get shaky or scary, or you start to feel anxiety about what's coming. Because no matter what happens, everything is temporary. The good stuff, unfortunately, is temporary, but the crappy stuff is temporary too. So I just want to remind you that when you're going through that crappy stuff, go back and lean in on your tools and your strategies. Go check out some more of my episodes if you need to, and then reach out to me if you want a session. Okay. All right. I got to go. I got to pick up my kids. It's Friday night. I hope you guys are having fun. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Talk to you.